Republican Congressman Mike Turner is with me, chairman of the House Intel Committee. And, sir, thanks for coming back. We just want to show our viewers a little bit about what area of the world we're talking about. This is Yemen here, a sliver of water right here for the Gulf of Aden. Somewhere in this waterway, you've got these U.S. ships that came under this drone fire, and also these commercial vessels. And in some cases, they're responding to these commercial vessels to bring them a bit of assistance. Over the weekend, however, the administration did order, some consider it too few and not enough, but they did order attack and claimed they killed 5 Iranian proxy fighters in northern Iraq after another attack was launched on one of our U.S. bases there. And speaking of that, this is the number we believe we're at right now, at least 75 hits now on U.S. military forces, primarily eastern Syria, the others in Iraq. Sir, thank you for your time. Leon Panetta over the weekend, a Democrat, well-known, he said our attacks have been soft. He said they should be, he didn't say soft, he said they should be more specific so that those who are going after us know that we are willing to kill them if they continue to do it. Strong words, hasn't really happened, but I did just show the example from the weekend, sir.
Sure, well, we should be taking catastrophic action against these Iranian-backed groups that are attacking our troops both in Syria and Iraq. And as you mentioned, the Houthis in Yemen who are attacking commercial ships. They're also shooting at our military ships, and also our ships have had to intervene in Houthi Yemen-backed Iranian-backed groups that are shooting toward Israel. They're clearly engaged in the region. Everyone is worried that we could have a catastrophic event, that the administration is not being decisive in defending our troops and in attacking those who intend to do them harm. And because of that, because we've been successful in either thwarting them or avoiding the effects of their attacks, the administration has been soft and that they need to be firmer.
Okay, so here is from the Reagan Forum over the weekend out in California, Lloyd Austin addressing that. This is what he said in part.
We will not tolerate attacks on American personnel. And so these attacks must stop. And until they do, we will do what we need to do to protect our troops and to impose costs on those who attack them.
So you take him for his word, sir, and let's see whether or not over time that we live up to it. Are you shaking your head? Do you believe it or not?
Yep. Well, these are just words, and the attacks continue, and yet no significant response occurs. I mean, he's saying he's going to, but at the same time, the threat is now. We can't wait until something catastrophic occurs.
Agreed on that. John Kirby, meanwhile, was asked a lot of things with Shannon Bream on Fox News Sunday. One of the stories that came out over the weekend is that the New York Times said that the planned Hamas attack was leaked more than a year ago. And a lot of folks in Israel thought it was too much of a fantasy in order for them to pull that off. Just John Kirby on this, on possible access to that letter.
The intelligence community has indicated that they did not have access to this document. Intelligence is a mosaic, and sometimes, you can fashion things together and get a pretty good picture. Other times, that there's pieces of the puzzle that are missing.
So that is true, and I don't think you would disagree with that, especially on your committee. The thing that bothers you, however, is the response on behalf of the Israelis, because by a lot of accounts, it took hours for their military to help.
You're absolutely right, Bill. This was not just an intelligence failure, which certainly, it's plausible that perhaps some of the information had gotten to the Israelis and they discounted it. But regardless of how the intelligence failure occurred, as you just indicated, the operational failure was even more extensive. Once this began to unfold, the fact that there was not the response that was needed really cost an unbelievable amount of lives. Obviously, the United States now is helping on intelligence with Israel. We're making a difference, we believe, and seeing gaps that Israel has in its ability to really understand its own community, neighborhood, and its adversaries. But the operational issues really were the tragedy of October 7th.
I know you're not going to give up much publicly, but how could we help them?
Well, amazingly, we're finding, we always saw Israel as a golden standard of intelligence gathering, but yet, even though we shared intelligence and we were intelligence peers, it's not as if we sat side by side. Currently today, we're coming in and we're providing them a greater fidelity understanding of the threat of Hamas, the Hamas's organization. And it's surprising the extent to which there are gaps in Israel's intelligence gathering and its intelligence apparatus.
They learned a difficult lesson here, and that goes on. Mike Turner, thank you, sir. It's nice to see you again. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.